Hi, this is Mark Sellers. I'm the author of The Funnel Principle, named by Selling Power Magazine a top 10 best book to read, and my recent book, Blind Spots, The Hidden Killer of Sales Coaching. You know, one of the most popular concepts in selling the past decade is the concept of 57%. You may be familiar with this. CEB, before Gartner bought them, published a book called The Challenger's Sale. And it rocked the sales world because they said relationship selling is dead. Great shock value factor there. It was brilliant. But one of the concepts they talked about in the book was 57%, which I also think is brilliant. This is how it goes. In their research in writing the book, CEB found that customers on average would go through 57% of their decision-making journey before they would engage a salesperson in one way or another. Well, this was great for discussion because, as you might begin to think, it starts to question, well, gee, if I'm not part of the first 57%, then what are my chances of actually winning the balance of 43% and actually win the sale? But here's where 57% falls down. When it's not associated with a customer buying journey model, it's not very powerful because the question is, what are you going to tell your salespeople to do differently after telling them about this really cool, sexy idea called 57%? You can't think of anything. But when you have a customer buying journey model, you can tell them what to do. For example, in our buy cycle funnel buying journey model that I created 20 years ago, we have a stage called commit funding. And this is when the customer has committed to buy something from someone, not necessarily you. This is a major pivotal event in the customer's buying journey because think of all the situations you've been chasing or your salespeople have been chasing where the customer expresses interest, but nothing ever happens as a result of that. And to dumb it down, they've not committed to acting on that interest and making a change and buying a different service or a product. So in our coaching and our training, we say, take this 57% idea, but combine it now with this stage 3. Has the customer really committed to making a change in what they're using, products or services? If they're at 57%, then it's likely that they have committed. So now, what advice do you give your salespeople? You've got to recognize that a customer has already decided to buy something from someone, but not necessarily from you. Your job is to get them to buy it from you. And the best way to get them to buy it from you at this point is to first get them to see what the solution image or framework should look like, still almost independent of a specific product or a service. So identify what that framework of a solution should look like. Help them see that. You're adding value. Then once they buy into that framework, then you can say, by the way, we have a solution that is consistent with that framework. It's the right approach for your issues, your needs, and this is how you should proceed. 57%, brilliant. I've loved it since I first read about it, but it's missing a key piece, the customer buying journey. Combine 57% with a buy cycle funnel buying journey, and you now have a powerful tool that you can use to coach your salespeople. Good selling.